Welcome to Yin Yoga for deep relaxation. This is one of my all-time favorite yin sequences, and I wanted to share it with you, along with some beautiful scenery from Koh Samui, Thailand. This yin practice is quite simple, but it feels so good. While bringing your nervous system into a restful, restorative state, the sequence will take you through gentle stretches for your hips, front and side body, some gentle twists, and a partial inversion. For this practice, you'll need just either 2 blocks, or 2 pillows, or 2 rolled towels, or some books to make 2 stacks of equal height. Once you have your props, we'll begin by bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out wide. Place your props underneath the knees or thighs so that your legs will be completely supported during this pose. We just want the joints to be able to completely let go, completely relax. To allow deeper hip opening, place the props closer to your knees. For a more gentle stretch, place them closer to the hip joint. Once your props are situated, slowly lower your back down onto the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Let the back of your head rest down, and allow your hands to rest wherever they feel most comfortable. Maybe that's on your lower belly, or 1 hand on the belly, 1 hand on the heart, or maybe arms resting by your sides. For shoulder opening, you can bend the arms at the elbows. Once you're in a position that feels good to you, take a deep breath in. Feel your body expanding, filling up. And breathe out. Feel the back of your body sinking into the mat or the blanket. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, allow your eyelids to gently close if they're not closed already. As your breath settles into a natural rhythm, allow your attention to come to rest on your rib cage and belly. Notice your rib cage and belly moving with the steady, even flow of your breath. To really anchor your awareness to your breath, maybe you want to bring your fingertips to rest against the sides of your rib cage. Letting your fingertips rest lightly there, and notice the opening, the expansion of the ribs as you breathe in, and then the contraction, ribs drawing closer together as you breathe out. Shift your attention over to your navel. And notice the rise and fall of the navel with every breath. As you inhale, navel rising up. As you breathe out, navel lowering down towards your spine. Move your awareness towards your hip joints, this whole area around the hip joints. Notice any sensation here. Is there tightness? Does everything feel loose and open? Energy flowing freely here. Whatever the case may be, tightness or open, everything is okay. If this starts to become intense over time, if you feel an intense stretch through the hip area, know that that growing intensity is also part of the practice. It's bringing you towards your edge. but it's never meant to be painful. So if at any time it becomes painful, you can move the blocks or pillows a little closer to your hip bones to reduce the angle of the hip opening. And we'll be here for just another 2 breaths. Deep breath in, long breath out. 1 more breath in and out. And now use your hands to draw your knees in close to each other, allowing the soles of your feet to rest on the mat. And then straighten out one leg at a time, coming to rest flat on your mat. In this counterpose of Shavasana, we'll be here for just about 30 seconds. Notice all the sensations in and around the hip joints. Anything subtle, like a sense of energy flowing. And now coming into our next posture, banana asana. To come into this pose, bend your knees again, feet resting on the mat, and lift your hips and shift them over towards the right side of the mat and set them down. And straighten out your legs, bringing your heels over towards the left side of the mat. If it feels accessible, cross your right ankle over the left. If that's uncomfortable, just have the feet resting next to each other, or you could even cross the left ankle over the right. And then shift your shoulders over towards the left. So you're starting to create the shape of a banana with your body. And then reach your arms overhead. And here you can either grab onto the right wrist with your left hand, or you can lightly grab opposite elbows. Whatever gives you a nice stretch but still feels good. And let your entire body relax as you breathe out. Breathe in, feeling all the sensations of lengthening through the right side of your body. And breathe out. Invite your awareness to travel through your body, feeling any lengthening along the outside of your shoulder, armpit area, the right side of your rib cage, the whole right side of the torso, the outside of your right hip, the area of your TFL, tensor fascia latae muscle, and down along the outside of your left leg, your IT band. Any sensation on the outside of the right ankle, outside of the right foot. Enjoy your last 2 deep, slow breaths in this posture. And we'll come out in slow motion, bringing the arms down by your sides, uncrossing the ankles, And straightening your body out, bringing yourself to the center of the mat, and resting here in your Shavasana Counterpose. Observing the difference in the feeling of the right and left sides of the body. Now we'll come to Banana Asana on the other side. Bend your knees, lift your hips up and shift them over to the left, sit them down. Straighten out your legs, bringing your heels over towards the right side of the mat, with the option to cross your left ankle over your right, or to have the feet next to each other, or for more gentle version, crossing right ankle over left. Reaching the arms overhead, and either grabbing the left wrist or lightly grabbing opposite elbows. And shift your upper body over towards the right, shifting the shoulder blades over to the right. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax into this pose. Your attention traveling lightly down the side of your left arm, left outer shoulder, left torso, between the ribs, all the spaces between the ribs, outer left hip, outside of the left leg, outer left ankle, outside of the left foot. Observing the sensation of lengthening through the whole side of the left body. Observe the level of comfort of the breath. Any sense of tightness or restriction, or just the effortless ease of the flow. And we'll be in Banana Asana for 2 more breaths. And with your exhale, slowly bring your arms down by your sides. Uncross your ankles. Shift your body to the middle of your mat. And rest in your Shavasana. Checking for any differences between the right and left sides of the body. Any sensations present now that weren't here before. And now we're going to come into a supported bridge. Bend your knees, resting your feet on the mat, heels approximately underneath the knees. And grab one of your blocks or one of your pillows or those books. Lift your hips up and slide your prop underneath the back of your sacrum, letting your sacrum come down to rest comfortably on this support. Adjusting as needed till you feel comfortable. And the placement of your arms, they can either be resting by your side, or maybe they're resting on your low belly, or maybe reaching overhead, lightly grabbing either the wrist or opposite elbows. And deep breath in. And exhale, settling in fully here. Continuing the steady rhythm of the breath. And this is a partial inversion with your hips slightly elevated above your heart and your head. If you're craving more elevation here, and if you have a block, you could turn it to a higher height, or you could grab a second block to slide underneath you. If you have books, maybe add a couple more. But feel free to just stay where you are if this feels good already. Observing any levels of tension in the body. Are you already in a state of complete relaxation? Or is there any feeling of tightness, tension, restlessness? If there's any here, can you exhale it out? Every exhale, letting go. And now an option for the remaining minutes of this posture. You can either stay here or transition into a pontoon pose by sliding your right leg forward, heel resting the ground, and then sliding the left leg forward, both heels resting. You can allow the feet to fall out towards the sides if they want to. And then maybe reach your arms overhead, creating a stretch for the entire front of the body, for the hip flexors, your psoas muscles, your quadriceps, creating gentle compression for the lower back. And if this is uncomfortable at all, simply come back to your supported bridge. If you're using 2 blocks for this one, you may find that feels like a little much. You may want to go back to just 1. Enjoy one more breath here. With your exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. If your legs are straight, bend the knees. Slide the blocks or support from underneath you and rest your hips down on the ground. And straighten out your legs, coming back to your savasana. If you're craving a little movement, you can windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Now coming into our final pose before Shavasana, spinal twist for each side. Go ahead and bend your knees once again. Lift your hips up and shift them over to the right side of the mat. Set them down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Hold on to your knees and use your hand to guide the knees over towards the left side. Maybe the left leg can reach the floor, or maybe you want to bring a support underneath the knee. Extend the right arm up, reaching towards the sky, and let the arm fall open towards the right. And check to see in what position your neck wants to be. Maybe you want to keep the face looking straight up, or maybe turning the head towards the right for a stretch for the neck. And exhale, allow your eyes to close. Feel the sensation of the spine being lengthened and twisted. Notice this stretching of the abdominal organs. Opening of the right shoulder. Maybe a stretch through the right glute muscles. Notice your breath. Notice the expansion and contraction of your ribs and chest with the flow of your breath. Feel this gentle force of gravity holding you here. Two more breaths here. Turn your head to look up. Bring your right arm down by your side. Bring your knees towards the sky. And shift yourself into the middle of the mat. Giving the spine a couple moments in a neutral position. Now we shift to the other side, lifting the hips. Bring them over towards the left side of the mat and setting them down. Draw the knees in towards your heart. And let the knees fall to the right. Stretch your left hand upwards. And let the left arm fall gently towards the floor. Maybe your right hand resting on top of the left leg. Using that gentle weight to deepen the stretch. And your head looking in whatever direction is comfortable for you. Your final 2 breaths here. Turn your head to look upwards, bring left arm in, turn the knees toward the sky, shifting so your spine is straight, and extend one leg at a time. If your body's craving any movement before you relax into your final savasana, you can go ahead and take that. Otherwise, just let yourself rest here with your heels out wide near the edges of the mat. Your arms out wide, a little ways away from your body with the palms facing up. Unless there's any position that you'd prefer to be in. Letting your breath flow in on your inhale. Feel yourself becoming lighter. And exhale, breath flowing out. You're becoming heavier, sinking a little more deeply into the mat. Noticing the back of your head resting on the mat, the back of your shoulder blades, backs of your arms, the area of your lower back, hips and glutes, backs of your thighs and calf muscles, backs of your heels. And then attention traveling back to the crown of your head, feeling a sense of calm, open space inside your head. Feeling a sense of spaciousness in your neck. Feeling a sense of spaciousness in your heart. A sense of spaciousness through the hips and the legs. Sense of lightness and relaxation in the feet. Relaxing into the sense of surrender. If you'd like a longer shavasana, feel free to stay here longer. And whenever you are ready, feel free to take a nice stretch. Maybe roll onto your right side and lift yourself up gently. And this completes our practice together. Don't forget to subscribe for access to other guided yoga sequences. I wish you a beautiful and restful rest of your nights or your day. Namaste.